Hello, hello again. Take a look behind me. Just a little bit of my crowd now. Hi there, once again. It's Brian at you, another face in the crowd. Let's take a look at this building behind me. And it's part of a strip and get you to see a little more of it. Nice looking building, isn't it? Well, yeah, it looks good for today. But consider this. One day it's going to require some kind of maintenance of some sort. Well, let's face it, anything that we have that we want to hold on to for a while, it will need some kind of maintenance. It'll need somebody to, check up on it. Well, what do you have going on in your life that you need to check up on? That's some thought for a minute. You know, as I'm riding through town, oh, by the way, I'm on a little road trip this morning. I'm here in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City. Beautiful city. You'd love it if you came here to visit. I hope those of you who live here enjoy Charlotte. Well, I want to talk about buildings for a little bit. Well, we know buildings need maintenance from time to time, especially if we want to keep on living in them, doing our business in them, that sort of thing. Well, what happens when that maintenance doesn't happen? They start to fall apart, and come on, nobody wants to see that. Come on, some of you out there in the crowd know what I'm talking about. Well, I'm going to tell you a story about a man back in the Bible days. This King Joash became the king of Jerusalem. And not long after he became king, he started looking around Jerusalem. Yeah, all the other so-called important buildings were in pretty good shape, but the main temple of God wasn't. Picture that. You let God's temple fall apart. Well, if you're not paying attention, if you're not performing regular maintenance, it's easy for it to happen. And let me tell you how. We know what doing regular maintenance on a building means. Making sure that the roof has the right materials, maintaining over the right period of time, so that you don't get a roof leak. You want to make sure the building's framework is in place. Like when you move into a house, for instance, you get a home inspection done first, right? Well, make sure your buildings are inspected too, especially if you're a leaseholder or you're the owner of that piece of real estate. Okay. Let me translate it into the way we really need to hear it today. You're a person, right? Yeah, you are. You're listening to this, you're getting some sort of understanding of this. Well, this is what I need you to understand. Those of us who are Christians, God, when He spoke to the Apostle Paul, He said that we are God's building because God's Spirit lives in us once we become Christians. And God wants His temple, His building maintained. And He will be awfully hard on somebody who fails to maintain it. You get that? Well, people, it's time for us to check up on our buildings. It's time to get our temples in check. I'm talking to my fellow Christians out there. Are you checking upon yourselves to make sure those old sinful patterns that used to be part of your lives are broken? I have to do that for me too, because I don't want to be out there to say I'm serving the Lord and the people doubt me because they still see me in sin. That's a no-go. We gotta get that right, brothers and sisters. Oh, and to all you others out there in the crowd, those of you who haven't quite taken my word for this stuff yet, you've been watching some of my episodes for a while now. It's time to make a decision. It says in the Bible that today is the day of salvation, and today I'm coming at you, inviting you. I'm seeing You don't have a building worthy of doing maintenance on, so to speak. You aren't part of God's temple. That is, and God's Spirit is not living into it until you accept Jesus. Accept Him by faith today, I'm asking. That way, you'll be in a position to get your temple in check and keep it in check. You feel me? Look at that sunshine up there. I feel it beaming down on me. It's a chilly day this morning, but wow, that sunshine makes all the difference. I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, Jesus is making the difference. A lot of us right now, once you take that step, He can make a difference in you. Also, try Him. Try Him. Oh, and by the way, I just wanted to throw this in there. King Joash, it took him 23 years to get the people to do the needed maintenance on that temple in Jerusalem. I don't want you to wait 23 years to make a decision for Jesus. I only want you to wait another 23 days if you can help. You don't know how much time you have. And truth be told, time for all of us is going to run out one day. Well, that's all the time I have for this episode. I gotta get inside and join it with my brothers again. So, until we get together next time, ciao.